Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name's Kimberly Bishop. I'm Associate State Director at ARP Michigan, and I'm glad that you are here joining us for our final session or rhythm circle for 2022. I'm always surprised at the variety of places that people are joining us from. So please take a moment to say hi in the comments section and tell us where you're joining from. As you know, if you've joined us before, these monthly rhythm sessions are a way for us to have fun with purpose. The music is the fun, and learning about the brain or how music can impact the body is the purpose. I've shared lots of information from the Global Council on Brain Health related to how music can positively impact our brain health. And that's why we do rhythm circles, because they're a fun way to get some brain exercise and learn a little music history along the way. As you know, we are in the midst of the holiday season, spending time with friends and family, and music is a great way to connect the generations. While it's a happy time for many, we also know that the holiday blues are real, and we all know that the holidays can be challenging for some who may have lost loved ones or just have other issues that are and challenges that are facing them. So I'm just asking that you take a moment to check on someone you love. We have also shared some links to some information about the holidays and the holiday blues. For today, the only kind of blues that we're going to talk about are the musical blues. So I'm going to turn it over to Kevin Bujo Jones and his lovely wife, Martine. As I've said many times before, I think of Kevin as our resident AARP percussionist. In fact, he is a professional percussionist. He is a band leader, a producer, and an educator. He's a faculty member with my alma mater, MSU, Percussion and Jazz Studies, and serves on the board of directors for the West Michigan Jazz Society. So once again, I'd like to welcome Kevin Bujo Jones and his lovely wife, Martine. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning. Thank you for that fabulous introduction, Kimberly. I really appreciate it. And hello out there in internet land, social media land. I hope everyone is doing well this morning. Um, Again, my name is Kevin Jones. Some people call me Bujo. It's like a nickname. And this is my lovely wife, Martine, who is going to be assisting me. Um, you know, uh, Besides the wonderful introduction that Kimberly gave, I'm also a father and a grandfather, and I'm also a survivor of traumatic brain injury. So for me, doing these sessions has been really helpful in transmitting the fact that music can play a big part of healing and uh, for those who have suffered traumatic brain injury, as well as those who are have issues with memory, like myself. So anyway, let's get started today. As always, this would be the time to um, grab something in your house if you don't have a drum. If you have a drum, of course, grab it. Today we have what we call djembe drums. These are djembe drums, the ones that myself and Martine have. Um, and if you don't have a djembe or a conga drum, if you have anything in the house like so, again, container, which is always at my side when I do these. Anything that you can get a sound out of. Here goes another one. And, and if you prefer not to use your hands, or even if you have any kind of drum at home, a snare drum, something like that, or if you want to use something in your kitchen or that's around the house. This is filled with popcorn. You can use it anyway. or you could use it like this. Anything to keep what we call timing, tempo, or the pulse of the music. That would be fine. This is a no judgment zone.
Thank you.
Well, you know, the thing is that I know that I'm not giving a professional class, or I'm not teaching my class at MSU, you know, to a bunch of percussionists. And many of you, I realize, that are novices. Just a disclaimer also, my wife is not a percussionist, although she's been doing this for over a year and has been getting better and better. But she doesn't, when we're not doing this, she doesn't play the drums. So, you know, yeah, so but it's good to have her by my side as always. So let's get started. As you know, if you're returning to our monthly rhythms circle, I talk about the 3 basic sounds of the drum, which are tone, bass, and slap. So what I'd like to do rather, is to go over how to make the sound if you have a drum. If you don't, you can use a table, like a TV table, TV tray, or some kind of table that you're sitting at, maybe, or your desk or whatever. You can do it, make a sound on that. So the tone sound. The tone sound is basically pretty easy. You want to keep your hand flat with your fingers just slightly apart, and your hand just a little bit, not, I wouldn't say stiff, but not loose, not like this, you know. Okay, not like that. You want to keep it kind of flat on the drum, and when you come down on the drum, you want to focus your energy on this part of your hand, right? So this part of your hand, and just come down on the drum like so. Try your other hand. Right. So when you come down on the drum, you want to take it off immediately. So that's the tone sound. Okay. The next sound that we will talk about is the bass sound, or the low sound of the drum. And you get this sound by placing your palm and all of your fingers towards the center of the drum. You don't have to go reach all the way across the head of the drum. Just a little bit here, and just come down on the drum, but don't leave your hand on the drum, like so. Nice. So try your other hand. Right. Very important. Don't use this part of your hand. Try and make sure that you don't use this part of your wrist, because you could damage the ligaments and tendons inside of there. So, bass sound. So try that with me. Bass, bass, bass. One, two, three, and stop. Very good. Okay, so we have tone and bass. Those are the first two sounds. Okay, The next sound is a lot harder to achieve on a djembe or a conga, and it's a slap sound. The slap sound is going to be a lot harder, but I want to show you, just in case, especially for those that have joined us, for many months previous that are returning. So just want to go over this really quick before we get started into some rhythm. So the slap sound is made by spreading your fingers slightly apart, leaving your hand slightly relaxed, and coming down on the drum, mainly with the energy focused in your fingertips, the last digit of your fingers. So you would come down like this, like this. Tone, slap. Tone, slap. Tone, slap. So I'm doing that so you can hear the difference, because your hands are kind of basically in the same position for a slap as they are for a tone. So you want to come down and let your fingertips hit the drum almost like a whip, like that. So try that. Very nice. So spread them out a little bit further, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you come down, you're going to hit the tips. This first and then the tips. Okay. So you're going to have to, right. Oh, nice. So you're going to come down here first, right? And you're going to leave a little bit of space here. A little bit of space. A little arch. A little bit of arching your fingers just slightly. So try that. Go ahead. Sorry. Better. So by relaxing your hand, and some people have talked about almost like you're shooting a basketball, like that. You know how when you shoot a basketball, it rolls off the tip of your fingers. So, like so. Try your other hand. Right. Okay. That's good. So the thing about a slap is that I know that it's the hardest sound to achieve. And in order to get a good sound out of your instrument, out of your drum, you have to kind of practice it on a daily basis. That's what I did as a child. And when I first started playing, I would sit there and just play a slap. And it took me months before I was able to play a slap without any, at will. So sometimes you'll get it, but if you work at it, you'll be able to get it, like anything else. So this is the last rhythm circle session for the year. So today we will be reviewing a couple of the rhythms that we've done in the past. So it's been a while, many months since we've done this rhythm, and it's called fanga. And fanga comes with fanga is spelled F-A-N-G-A. Fanga alafia. The rhythms are from West Africa, and this one was popularized by a man named Babatunde Olatunji, and very popular rhythm, and has a song that goes with it as well. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna participate with my bad singing voice. But let's look at the rhythm first, okay? So the rhythm is going to start with a bass note, okay? So everybody, let's play a bass after me. So when you play that bass, make sure that you're getting all of that, okay? Good. Nice. Oh, that sounds good. Good. Followed by 3 tone sounds. So it's going to sound like this. Bass, tone, tone, tone. Bass, tone, tone, tone. Okay? Bass, tone, tone, tone. Go ahead. Bass, tone, tone, tone. Bass, tone, tone, tone. Bass, tone, tone, tone. Bass, tone, tone, tone. Very good. So that's the first half of the rhythm. Bass, tone, tone, tone. Bass, tone, tone, tone. So we're going to just do that a little bit more in tempo. Bass, tone, tone, tone. Okay, we'll do that together. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. Bass, tone, tone, 1, 2, ready, play. Bass, tone, tone, 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, ready again. 1, 2, ready again. 1, 2, ready again. 1, 2, ready again. Very good. Now we're going to do the second half. Second half also starts with a bass, actually 2 basses. Bass, bass, tone, tone. Okay? So repeat after me. Bass, bass, tone, tone. 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 Very good. So let's put both of those together. All right? So remember the first part, bass, tone, tone, tone. Second part, bass, bass, tone, tone. Bass, tone, tone, tone. 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 Bass, bass, tone, tone. So now I'm going to give you a little tip, I should say. You could play either way you feel comfortable, but when the rhythm speeds up, I found that this is a better way to play it. When you play your bass, I'm right-handed, so that's my dominant hand, bass, and then my left hand will play. I'll start, go right, left, and then bass, tone, tone, tone. Bass, bass, tone, tone. Bass, left, right, left, right, 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 left, right, left, right, left, right, 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 left. Okay? All right? So let's take it that same speed, really slow, so everybody can get it. All right? Now, this is the part of the rhythm circle that makes it very good for your brain, you know, because you have to think the right, the left, which sounds correspond to uh, which hand, right? So very very good exercise for your brain. Okay, so let's start it out like good, good, good. Right, sorry, right, left, right, left, right, 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 left. Bass, tone, 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 bass, bass, tone, tone. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. Bass, tone, tone, bass, bass. Very good. Bass, tone, tone, bass, bass, tone, bass. Nice. Nice. So let's speed it up a little bit. Bass, bass, tone, bass, tone, tone, bass, bass, tone, bass, tone, tone. Nice. Okay, so another little tip is you want to come, when you're playing the drum, you don't want to come this way or from the side. Is that what I was doing? No, you're doing that. So you don't want to do, you want to lift your hand up and down. So you want to lift off of the drum head. So as soon as you hit a note, you want to come right back up again. Straight up, right? So there's a question. Oh, there's a couple of questions. Okay, how would one set up a drumming program in our community? And then, so I think that that's a question that I can answer. I should answer after we finish at the end. Okay. And a question from Harriet: how can this be modified if I need to hold a shallow drum with one hand? Okay, so if you have to hold a drum with one hand, what I would suggest is you don't want to play, you may not be able to play all of the notes, right? So if I'm doing this, you can't really do it with one hand. So what I would do is to play kind of the important notes. So for Harriet, I would just play take it, take it, take it, one, take it, take it, get, because trying to do, you know, it's a lot. I mean, I could do it one. Yeah, I could do it a couple of times with, you know, one hand, but your hand, if you have your, holding it with your left hand or holding it with your right hand, it can get a little the degree of difficulty is very, very hard. So that's what I would suggest. Just okay. So now we're gonna keep the same rhythm, and but this time I'm gonna add in another type of drum. All right. So these drums are called djembe drums, D-J-E-M-B-E, djembe, pronounced djembe, correct. And the djembe, what they say, djembe orchestra or a djembe group, normally, usually, always has what we call, or accompanied by the dun dun, or dunun ba, D-U-N, dun dun, which look like this. You know, they're a drum with two heads, right? And they're played with sticks. The heads are made of cow skin, usually, a really thick, much thicker skin than the djembe. Djembes normally have goat skin or a very thin calf skin. But anyway, so you play these with sticks. Now I have two here, which I will point the camera down so you can see. And I'm going to play them. Ballet style, as they call, which, without getting into a long discussion, so I have to keep Martine in the picture. So some of you may have drums at home. like a drum set. So you could play these like on your tom, but I'm going to play with sticks. And it's basically the same pattern. These drums really went up. It's really dry, really dry these days in the wintertime here. So, Michigan. They went up a lot. So let's try it. I'll play these drums this time. You remember the pattern? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna. Do you remember how to play the signal to start? Mm-hmm. Okay, so my wife, is going to start us out.
Oh boy.
She's going to play what we call the signal, which sounds like this. Okay, and then we're going to start. Okay, like go 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 go, like so. Okay, ready? Is everybody ready?
Ready.
All right. Okay, here we go. It's on you.
Okay.
The rhythm funga. Okay, so there's also a song that goes with it. I'm very shy about singing. So the song is Funga Alafia Ashe Ashe. Funga Alafia Ashe Ashe. So Funga Alafia Ashe Ashe. And that's the whole song, right? Funga Alafia Ashe Ashe. Funga Alafia Ashe Ashe. Funga Alafia Ashe Ashe. Funga alafia, ashe, ashe. Ashe, ashe. Ashe, ashe. Ashe, ashe. Ashe, ashe. Funga alafia, ashe, ashe. Funga alafia, ashe, ashe. All right, so now we're going to move on very quickly because we only have a few minutes left. I was like, the year in review. Yeah, right? In 45 minutes. I don't think so. Let me grab my drum here. All right, so so we have, we did another rhythm, fairly easy, called cuckoo. Cuckoo, K-U-K-U. Most of the time it's spelled like that. Sometimes if you look on the internet, it'd be K-O-U, K-O-U, spelled like that too, but cuckoo. So this one is just 4 notes for you guys. There are other rhythms that go with it, accompaniment rhythms, but the basic one is this. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to start with my right hand. It's a slap and then a bass. Now, if you can't play a slap, a tone, playing a tone is fine for our purposes, right? So slap, bass, right? So repeat after me. Slap, bass. Slap, bass. Right. Slap, bass. Very good. Slap, bass. Now, the next 2 notes are 2 tones. So play that. Repeat after me. So we put those 2 together, and you have slap, bass, tone, tone. 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 Right, so now we're going to repeat it over and over again. Slap, bass, tone, tone. 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 Okay, so for those of you that are joining us for the first time today, we have this, what we call this, what you just heard, is what we call a signal or a break. It's to sort of signify like like a signal to start or a signal to stop. And it's usually played in unison with almost all of the other drummers. They use it for the choreography. And each rhythm sometimes has a different break depending on the rhythm. Yeah, so we're gonna do, you wanna play Dooms?
Yeah,
Okay. So we're gonna switch it up. Oh, no, wait a minute. There's a question from Dan. You know what? Let me answer the questions afterwards, okay? So this time, Martine is going to play the Doom Doom. So you're just going to play. Okay? So when you're playing these rhythms, a lot of times they are, well, actually almost all the time, they're not every part, there's many parts, and they're not played in unison. So what you have is accompaniment rhythms to the main rhythm. So we're going to demonstrate a little bit of that. So I'm going to start slowly so we can give you an example of that. Well, the djembe with the doom. So if it's and one, so you're going to, okay. Very good. Excellent. So with that rhythm was called Kuku, and when the other rhythm we did is called Fanga. And just a quick little note, I wanted to answer some of these questions. So question from Dan is, are you supposed to sing Fanga Alafia while you're playing the rhythm? Yeah. They do both. It all depends on the arrangement of whoever's leading the drum circle or the drummers and dancers and singers. A lot of times they start out with the song and then they start the rhythm and then they sing over top of the rhythm. So that requires, oh yeah, oh great, share the video with Babatunde Olatunji in the comments. So you can listen and see and check out, if you follow Dan, if you go down in the comment section, check out the video of Babatunde Olatunji. Now, there was a question earlier about how do we start, how would one set up a drumming program in our community? So Dan is from Port Huron. Oh, okay. So Port Huron. My suggestion is to reach out to someone that's close to you. There are some drummers in, I don't know, how close is Flint to Port Huron? 45 minutes?
Port
maybe?
Huron is the other side of Detroit.
Port Huron,
Side,
right.
Yeah.
So there's some drummers that are in Flint that I could put you in touch with. They hold a conference every the second weekend in November, and I could put you in touch with them. His name is Kevin Collins and Famadou Collins, his son, and they have a really fantastic conference that they put on. But they have drumming classes throughout the year, and they may be willing to drive to Port Huron to help you set it up. But I can inbox you their details. And if not, you can also find someone in your community that really knows what they're doing. Now, I would, sometimes, drum circles and drum classes are held in community centers, VFWs, the Elks Club, stuff like that, throughout the country, really. The first real organized drum circle that I was a part of when I was a teenager was in Englewood, New Jersey, at the Memorial House Community Center. And we had a really another man named Babatunde Lee, who organized that and was responsible. And he was quite a great teacher. He knew a lot about African drumming and Afro-Cuban drumming, and it was where I got my start as a young teenager, around 13, 14, 15 years old. So I would reach out. I can put Kevin Collins' information up there for the people in Flint. And so maybe, I would prefer like just getting together and just like doing whatever, like just drumming. It's cool, but it's really much more exciting and much more rewarding if you have someone in your community that knows the African drum traditions, that are taught and trained, because otherwise just a bunch of people just banging on drums, like playing anything. It's fun, but it's much more rewarding when you have someone, when you learn the tradition from someone who is steeped in that tradition, a teacher. Even if they're not, master drummers, but if they know what they're doing, it's much better. So I will reach out to you, Dan. And with that, it's about time to close. I always feel like the time is too short. So I want to wish, or I should say, we want to wish everyone out there a wonderful holiday season. Please stay safe from, keep your health together. Mask up when it's necessary, when you're around a bunch of crowded people, and, just be very well aware, as this being AARP, and, and focusing on older people, older adults. Some of us are more vulnerable to some viruses and strains of whatever that's running around out there. So please, please take care of your health, take care of your families, and really try to enjoy the season, whether you celebrate Christmas in a religious fashion or not. Try to use this time as a time of re-energizing and, redetermining for the for the upcoming new year, 2023. So on behalf of my wife, Martine, and my family to your families, we want to wish you a very, very happy holiday season and a really, really wondrous, healthy, and prosperous new year. And we will see you again. And on behalf of AARP, we would really like for you to, we really appreciate your support of attending these rhythm circles because, I look forward to it. It's not a drag for me. We really enjoy doing this together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You want to say anything?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Okay, I'm not going to sing. Okay. See you guys later, and I'll check out the comment section in a few minutes. Okay. Thanks so much. See you later.